welcome on in. I'm Robin, also known as Robin. I have a small crochet business called Sweet Beans Crochet, where I make and try to sell my crochet plushies at markets in person. This is actually the past 2 weeks of my life and my small business life, sharing with you sales that I made online with my safety eyes. I hand paint and sell safety eyes, and pattern testing, and just honestly a lot of yarn fun. So if you enjoy that kind of content, follow along. At the end of the video, there's a little market that happens and a recap also of that market. So this is 2 weeks of my business. Follow along, grab a whip and a coffee, and I'll see you in a second. Morning, guys. I wanted to share with you guys a couple of safety eye orders before I head to work. I feel like a beast. Look at this. Well, it's hard to see, but I have like 4 bucketfuls of painted eyeballs, and then these are Slayer. So like I'm crushing it over here with eyeballs. Not crocheted anything in a couple of days. Let me share with you guys a couple of sets. One is for Jamie. Hi, Jamie. You ordered a lot of frill yarn and a lot of Piltover. So I've got 18mm, 20mm, and 25mm. And I'm also throwing in here a surprise. You're probably going to get this before the video comes out, but I'm excited for you. I custom made these, obviously, but it's Piltover with white pupils, and they're really pretty. They're really sparkly, so I'm really excited for you to get these. So this is your little freebie pair of eyeballs. Sorry for the delay. I had a lot of stuff going on, but you're going out in the mail today. Also for Moss, we got 25mm Ixtal, which is so pretty. I cannot wait to see the little creature you put these on. Dragon, I believe you said. Super excited. Thank you guys for being so supportive, and I will be packaging up more eyeballs later, but for now, that's all I got. Hey! It's unboxing time, or not box, but this time. It's pretty big. Haven't gotten one this big in a while, forever. Let's see. I'm going to be very careful when I cut this to not cut anything inside. So, a little sneak peek at the top. I have 2 not crochet related items in here, but I still think it'd be fun for you guys to look at them. I got a lot of colors of this like Sherpa fuzzy yarn, and I specifically chose this one because of all the color options they had. I'm excited. I have a couple of plans. I'm meant to pattern test this week, which is really cool. By the way, about pattern tests, I was doing a lot of them a while back. I've kind of taken, I'd say, a month or 2 off from really like testing from a bunch of creators. So I still was applying, and I'm going to let you guys know, you know, you can apply for a bunch of them and only get chosen for one, or you can apply to a bunch of them and get chosen for nothing. You could apply for a ton of them and get chosen for all of them, because that happens, and you just never know how the cookie's going to crumble. So I just want to let you guys know it's okay if you don't get chosen for the pattern test. I have been denied or whatever multiple times, many times, and out of the 10 I'd say that I applied to the last week, maybe, I got chosen for 1, and then out of the 10 or 15 I applied for the week before that, I only got chosen for 1. You never know. It's just kind of like a market. You just never know. And if you do get the opportunity, it's a blessing. And if you don't, it's okay. So I had a hard time telling the grams on the website. So the price is not as good as I believe it was. It was $7.50 for 150 grams, which makes this yarn a little bit more expensive. I was hoping these were 100 gram skeins, and they are not. These are 50 gram skeins, so this is going to be a little bit more expensive to use, but I still want to share it with you guys. Got this strawberry red color, baby pink. I'm pretty sure on their website this is meat colored, which bothers me a little bit. It's meat colored. It's a pretty pink. Lavender. Oh, this is so pretty. Honestly, I'm really excited to make some special pieces with these. I don't even care that it was kind of expensive now, because it does feel and look so cute. That's awful. This is a bad business decision, but it's so cute. I really wanted to make some like unique pieces with these special colors and special yarns, because you can't buy them in store. So I can't just go to Michael's and recreate whatever, you know. This milky white. This is white white. It looks like white white. Baby blue. Mustard. That is so pretty. There were a couple other colors, I didn't get all of them. This is a bright orange, but it's picking up way brighter on camera. In real life, it's not that bright. It looks like a pastel orange, not like highlighter. I know it's showing up like highlighter. The perfect ducky color. It's ducky yellow. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna really try not to be sad that these are only 50 grams because I might have to go get more now that they're only 50. Or maybe I'll be able to find another like larger gram skein. I don't know. This is like the dusty blue. It's like periwinkle, but it looks like gray blue on camera, but it's like periwinkle blue, baby blue. Here's the mint. Caramel. It's like a really light, like this is like a beige color, and it's so soft. Wow, this will make a really cute little teddy bear, huh? Just to show you the thickness of the yarn, that's how thick it is. But the reason I got so much of it is because last time I worked with it, I was able to like see my stitches. I felt like it was really easy to work with, so I'm really looking forward to working with this. Hopefully it's just as easy to work with. The last two colors, so we got this bright pink and this purple. This purple, I don't know the character's name. It looks like that McDonald's purple character. Is his name Grime? Is that his name? That's all the yarn I got, so I'm excited to work with that. I have a couple of ideas with that yarn. I've got so many ideas. I just gotta actually do them. The problem that I'm having right now is I will show you. I'll show you soon. But I spent the past, like, I'd say 2 days painting eyeballs. I painted 100 sets, so over 200 eyeballs the past 2 days. So I'm a little bit wiped out with energy. I've also been working my full-time job, so I am tired, but I'm really looking forward to crocheting. I've got this crochet itch. I want to crochet so bad, so I'm really looking forward to using it. 2 non-crochet items that I have here. You guys are gonna find these super cute. I got this thing. Maybe it'll motivate me to sit down and be comfortable. I have to wash it, so definitely be putting this in the washer. But look at this thing. Look, it just has a little strawberry bow on it. How could I not get it? I'm sorry, it's a blanket, jacket, robe, strawberry. So if I'm feeling, it's so cute. Okay, I got that for myself because I don't have anything like that. And then I also got myself another one because I am 2 different people. Sometimes I am this pink strawberry bow croquet loving person, and the other half of the time I am this. It's a bat cape. It's just a little bat hooded cape to keep you warm. It's like wearing a blanket over your shoulders basically. So I get cold and I'm in Florida, so I can't always wear a sweatshirt because I'm gonna have to take it on, take it off, take it on, take it off to go outside, inside, outside, inside. And this little cape just goes on when I'm cold, covers my shoulders. Boom. It's the craziest I've ever looked in a vlog. Thanks for unboxing that with me. That was really fun, and I will show you guys all the eyeball orders because that's coming up, trust me. Good morning. I went crazy yesterday, just painting my life away. Let me share with you guys the 2 orders that I'm going to be sending out today and the pile that I have to package. I will share that with you. I think it'll be interesting because there's still so many eyeballs. Number 1 is Jonathan. Thank you for watching my YouTube videos, Jonathan. That was really cool. I hope you love the eyes. They are a set of 7. So it's legendary, 18mm. And for Alex, a 20mm arcade, and then we added the 2 bilge water. I hope you guys love your eyeballs. I'm gonna flip the camera and show you guys what the heck is going on with my eyeball station right now. All right, so these are all eyeballs that I've painted. So this is for Slayer. These are the Aram colors, and these are, I've divided them all up, but so that it's easy for me to package them. But I just made all of these within the past day, and then these are the golds. These are going to be more Slayer. These are all not finished. So all 3 of these cannot be finished. I need to add stuff to them. And then these are the ones going out today. 1, 2, and 3. You guys, it's been a lot of painting, but totally worth it. I know it doesn't look like much, but doing this process and this process, these buckets were full before I filled up these bins with eyeballs. Super excited. On my lunch break today, I'm pattern testing. And I know this morning I was telling you guys about oh, there's a little fuzz in my hair. I was telling you guys to not get disappointed, and you don't always get it, and this is true. I applied to so many the past, I feel like the past month, because I'm finally back like on my feet, I feel like, and I'm making a little mono. So cute. I'm excited to share with you guys how this works up. I'm using Bernat baby blankets, the soft one, the nice one, and I think this almond is a perfect color for the body to make that like neutral, beautiful. And then I also want to make like a more vibrant brown. I think that'd be cool. So currently I'm in the beginning stages, but pattern testing for Melly Inspired Crochet. Melly is making a bunch of teeny babies over on her channel and her Instagram and her Etsy, and they're really tiny little sitting babies that lay a certain way, and it's really cute. So that's what I'm doing right now. Happy 4th of July. It is Thursday. I have today off from work. I did all of this, you guys, today. I did all of this. I'm gonna go through it with you guys. I'm gonna get ready. I got a new box of polyfill because I am scraping by right now. I'm gonna go through all these with you in just a second. I'm really excited. All of these are just so beautiful, and I can't wait. I have glitter everywhere. Oh, and I got my nails done. But I'm gonna get ready, so I'll be right back. That's it. I'm ready for this party. It is my brother's birthday weekend, so we're celebrating his birthday today on the 4th of July. So now I'm ready for that event. And I want to go through all the safety eye orders that I packaged up. Man, I spent at least 10 to 12 hours just doing all this. So I'm really excited to share it with you finally, now that I'm ready. Starting off with eyeball orders, I have Caroline. We have 25mm Slayer. Thanks for all the love on the new sets, you guys. It really means a lot, because it was the thing I was pretty proud of recently coming up with. And this is 20mm Arcade. I just can't believe this is real, because I spent so long doing all this, and it's really exciting that people are excited just like I am. Number 1 for Amber, got a little trio here, 18mm Piltover, Noxus, and the Void. The Noxus is just, it's like a pit. It's like a pit of darkness. 20mm Slayer. For Mackenzie, Legendary. 3. For Valerie, we've got the big boys. Got 30mm Bilgewater. If you make a toothless with this, I want to see it. Tag me in the toothlesses that get made with Bilgewater. I feel like it's the perfect toothless color. And Freljord should be Light Fury. Bandle and Freljord. If these are going on dragons, I seriously want to see it. I'm just picturing all the beautiful plushies that can be made. I made my Sailor Moon with this color. So that's what I did for mine. Number 4, I have Michelle. We have 25mm Zenitsu and Inosuke. And we have 20mm Legendary. Number 5, we have Miss Kim. 20mm Slayer. Number 6. Number 7 is Miss Rhiannon. We'll have a thick package. It's actually spilling out, and I might have to transplant this or transport it into a bigger package. Howdy, y'all. sticks. So cowgirl, so excited for you. Posting more sticks on my website, so don't worry. If you did not catch my first drop of sticks, I will be putting some more on there soon. I have 25mm Aram. I really love this pack because if I was ordering eyeballs, I would want an array of the shades, you know, and this gives like all the shades you would need to make different, gives them little personalities, you know what I'm saying? Rhiannon, your last one here, we have 20mm Arcade, which is the baby rainbow, as I call it. That was number 7. Miss Melly, Melly Inspired Crochet. Got 20mm Aram and 25mm Slayer. That's it, you guys. 8 orders, and I feel so good about it. I'm so excited to get them to you. It is a holiday, so it might be going like leaking into next week, so I do apologize for the wait for the shipping, but it'll totally be worth it. Please tag me if you do use them in whatever you post online. I would love to see it. I finally get to go crochet. I'm in a couple pattern tests, so I'm going to be working on those. I have the fuzzy yarn that I ordered that I really want to use. I'm going to put on some Demon Slayer before the firework party tonight. To just tell you guys, I'm at my peak happiness right now. I am crocheting a little monkey foot. I'm watching Demon Slayer. It's so good. Cuddling with my puppy, Canenda. I am having such a good time. And I know you guys relate to this. I'm having such a good time. It's peaceful, favorite show, some good yarn. This is the best. I have a couple of things I just want to say. I'm in the middle of watching Mugen Train, which is season 2 of Demon Slayer, and I'm on the, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I'm on the sleep part. Okay, if you've seen it, you'll know. And I just got the greatest idea. So in one of my packages yesterday, or today, I packaged up someone some of the white pupils with white around it, which is technically like my Piltover color. So I put Piltover in the white pupils. And I was like, you know, it looks really pretty. Like, it looks really beautiful, like the way it shines. And it just looks like a whole white pupil because it has the white and the white, but it's sparkly and it looks really cool. So I was like, I want to make this one of my regular colors, but I don't know what to name it. I don't know which collection to add it into. And I'm watching Mugen Train, and if you've seen it, you'll know when Tanjiro falls asleep, his eyes turn completely white. I'm going to put this in my Slayer bundle, or maybe I'll just put it as an extra in that kit, and I'm going to call it Sleep. Guys, okay, so I thought that was really cool, and I was just watching, and I was like, white pupils, like, that's exactly the moment, like, that's what I'm gonna call it. Mr. Maurice for Melly. He's not done yet, so this is a whip. But when you just look at him with his little feetsies, if this isn't just the cutest thing you done seen today. So the eyes I put on him are actually some of my mess ups, technically. It is Inosuke, the color Inosuke with white pupils, but with black pupils. So it's not a color I technically sell, but I think they look really pretty. Maurice is adorable. I feel really inspired by watching, obviously. My bunny just hopped up on my eyeball stand. Hinata, what are you doing? She knows her name, so she's listening. They're so mischievous. If anyone has bunnies, they're very mischievous. They're really fun to watch. They're really sweet and calm for the most part, and mischievous. They're like differently shaped cats, kind of. So last night was my brother's birthday celebration, so we had the fireworks. We had a little house party for him, so I was out there with them last night, and I showed everyone that I finished Maurice, the baby monkey. I think he is just the sweetest cup of tea in the whole wide world. So cute. I do want to add a little nose detailing, but he is so cute, you guys. His little bum, tail, his whole everything, his little feet. He is just the cutest. I wanted to share that. I showed everyone at the party, and everyone was in love with him. Super exciting. Today I have a couple of projects to work on. I got my hook out. Be crocheting today. I'm gonna be making Primrose, which is a pixie, and Primrose is going to have this pretty yarn. So I think I'm gonna do like this beige color and I was thinking something around the lines of like, if I like this green with that. I don't like that green, but we'll do this. I think this will be pretty. That's pretty too. But I'm gonna do something along the lines of this for Primrose. And I don't think I showed you guys the baby puffin I was working on. So I bought this pattern. I forget the creator, but I will put a little thing right here. But it's this baby puffin. And it's got this cute little head. So I've got like the little head pieces to make it a puffin. It's hard to see, like it doesn't look like anything right now, but I'm making a puffin and it's super cute. I'm finally home and relaxing. I went to breakfast or brunch with Papa, so we just had like a great morning. But in the car, because he drove, I made the head for Primrose, and the indents in the face are really cool. I'm pretty sure this is going to be her nose and her cheeks, so I'm excited to finish Primrose. I ended up not going with the fuzzy yarn that I bought because it's only 50 grams per skein, so I only had 150 grams. And based on how big I saw the counts on this went up to 60, and I did not think that was going to be enough, and I was right because I already used one of the 100 grams of Premier Basics, so she's going to be made out of this, and then all of her accent details are going to be fuzzy, so that's what I'm planning. Oh, and yesterday or the day before I went to Joann's and I picked up a new box of polyfill because this is all we got left. It's really not that much, so I spent, let's see, I spent $65 at Joann's. 30 of it was on polyfill. I was gonna spend the 50 and get the 20-pound box, but I don't have enough space. Like, I didn't want it to really, it would take up more space than this, and this is all the space I have for polyfill, so I left it at that. And then I got these skeins of yarn. They were calling my name. It's Big Twist, so Big Twist is thicker, but I think these are so pretty. I don't know what variegated yarn is doing to me now. I've never been a variegated person. Like, as you can see, I'm very solid. But that variegated yarn was calling my name, and I really want to make Huggy Bear, which is the cute, like, bear with long arms. Got this. I thought this was cute, variegated for, like, a bear. And then I absolutely have no idea what I would use this for, but this is so beautiful. Like, I walked past it, and I couldn't walk past it. It's Big Twist. It's in the Living, called Spirit, and this is such a pretty, I love all the colors in there. It's very vibrant. It, like, pops in all the colors. Like, that one pops out. So that's what I got from my Joann's. I spent 65 bucks, so I got 4 skeins of yarn and polyfill. Call that a win. And now I'm going to finish Primrose. Some days I put makeup on and look presentable, and some days I look like this. Yesterday I did not finish Primrose. Here is Primrose and all of her pieces. She is, well, let me just say, I had to order sinkers for her, so I need to get the sinker backs. Not quite yet. She's got 4 wings, 2 big legs, that's her body, earlobes and arms. So she's like at least 10 pieces. I mean, probably more than 10. Primrose is not quite done yet, but what I did finish after I got her pieces all ready, I made these, which I'm so excited about. They're so cute. This is by Junebug and James, and it is the mini Percival the Puffin. This is the first one that I made. So cute. I didn't do the belly, but then I made another one with toucan colors. Oh my gosh. This is just the cutest little like bird, right? I think it's so unique, and I'm really excited, looking forward to having that at my table because they're really cute, and I want to make way more, but I do want to work on another Maurice. So that is Maurice number 1. These are my colors for number 2, so I'm going to do a mixture of Premier Basics and Burnt Almond. I feel like that'll look pretty, and it'll give him a more like vibrant color, and then maybe I'll give him, I'm thinking either green or pink eyes would be really pretty. But Maurice, little monkey baby. And I think I'm going to do the color changes the way that Melly instructed. So in this one I did play with the hands because monkey hands are like, sometimes they're like the whole hand is pale, so I did it that way, but I'm gonna do it again with just the little fingers. And I think she's coming out with legitimate fingers, so I'm excited to make maybe another Maurice. I feel like these little monkeys are just so cute. So look at me testing a pattern more than one time, like testing, you know? Normally I don't make more than one, but I made 2 of these. I'm about to make 2 Maurices. Good morning, guys. It is Monday. So I did have a couple days off from work, and I didn't check in with you. I was pretty busy just making things, honestly, and I get to now show you guys all the stuff that I made over the course of 4 days. I did take about 2 of the 4 days just off to be with my family. It was my little brother's birthday. I wasn't really expecting to take that much time off from crochet because I took the days off from work to crochet. So the things that I made, so I'm pretty sure I shared Percival with you. This is Percival, the puffin. This is such a cute pattern, so quick. Highly recommend it. Monkey, I did add the nose, so cutest monkey in the whole wide world. Not only did I make one of her monkeys, I made 2. So I did the light and the dark, and then I was on a little monkey kick. I made this one, which is Boots. I need to give him the little yellow tail. I know that. I didn't give him the yellow, but so I made 3 monkeys. They're so cute, you guys. Melly's pattern is going to be so cute, but it's being tested right now, so it should be released this week. By the time I put this video out, it'll be out there in the wild. After Maurice, I made these little puffers. This is a pattern that is releasing pretty soon by my friend Victoria Comfort Loops, so just was trying out her pattern for her to make sure it was like working, and it's so cute. It's a puffer fish, and the lips are just my favorite part, and it takes like no time at all. It's like a 30-minute project. After the puffer fish, I made this, and then I was realizing I needed to make seafood or sea life because of my market next week. It is now less than a week away. It is 5 days away, and I needed to make sea life, so I made Finley the shark. His little fin is a little lopsided. This is also a quick make. There's a lot of fins, so there's a lot of like all the fish things you're gonna have, like all the dorsal stuff you're gonna have to surface crochet and put in, but I don't mind surface crochet that much. I think it's really simple. It's just it was a lot on that one. And then I made this, okay, and the more that I look at him now, the cuter I think he is now, but last night when I was making him, I know he looks like a dead mouse, but this is Kip the Cub, and it is by Wags and Loops, I think is her name. I did give him the white eyes, so he does look like a little creepy, which I meant it to be that way, but then I made him a white tiger because I thought that'd be cool and original, and it is cool, but he looks like a dead mouse. And I did do like the snout the right way. I did everything, but he's being tested too. Oh, that is a test. He is so cute, but he looks a little mousy, and I feel like I need to stop doing all these weird colors when I do pattern tests. I'm doing it because I want to keep it fun and I want to be like unique, but you know, I did boots and I was like, maybe this is a little too out there, and then I did this one and I was like, well, this is really out there. So I don't know. I think they're cute still, and I'm looking forward to still putting them on my table, but I'm like, Robin, why didn't you just make the orange tiger? Why didn't you just do normal eyes? Because now he looks, you know, but he's cute. It's just not for everyone. I understand that. And then I'm in the middle of testing another pattern. This is Oreo the Ostrich by Willow and Wild. I love Willow and Wild's patterns. They're so small, so cute and quick to work up, and they're like all one piece. This tiger was also no-sew. The head closure is very interesting, and on this one I used Bernat, and on all these Maurices I used different ones. So this is Bernat, this one is also Bernat, and this is Premier Basic Chenille. So I did use a couple different yarns on Maurice. These are Bernat. I just had the skeins of Bernat around me actually. This is a mixture of Bernat and Premier Basic Chenille. Yeah, and I'm going to be giving him the little ostrich, little fluffy wings, so that's exciting. I get to use the fluffy yarn again. Okay, so that's all the stuff I made the past, like, within 2 days, because I didn't use all 4 days to do all that. And then I showed you, this is the other pattern test. This is Primrose. I got kind of frustrated with her eye situation, so I had to order more sinker backs. So that's what I'm doing for her. And then she'll have all her pretty details. But look how humongous her eyes are. They're so big. So Primrose is in progress. A lot of plushies, you guys. I feel like that was a lot of plushies. Good morning. Last night, I finished Oreo when I embroidered his eyeballs. He is Such a cute little baby. All of her bubs are so cute. This is Willow and Wild, so they're quick, they're cute. She's got a whole line coming out. I think there's going to be a lion, an elephant, and a zebra, so that's going to be so stinking cute. I'm excited to see her other ones. Excuse you. Can I film a video really quick, please? I got 2 buns. If you didn't know, now you know. He's gonna do it again. Can you give me a second, please, so I can film a video? Thank you. He listened. Wow. And then I made 2 of my shrimpies, which is my pattern, not released. I did do like 1 modification on this one to make it smaller to see like if that's better or not. I don't know. So I did last night I adjusted the aesthetic of that pattern. Eventually I'll put a tester call out and it'll be out there, and hopefully that'll happen if you guys even want it. But a little shrimp, I made 2 of them, and I made the ostrich. That's all I did yesterday. I really need to be more productive, but I've been tired and I've been 3D printing a couple of things. I need to paint them. Whale shark. So I need to crochet some whale sharks. I did this turtle. I think I've shown you all of the other ones that I've done, but morning people. So last night I have such sad news. I was making the Meg Makes, I think it's Meg Makes Bob the Manatee. He's super cute, but I ran out of silver yarn, so now I'm gonna make another Bob in the dark color because I've got a million skeins of the dark gray and like none of the regular light gray. So he's gonna be a permanent whip now until I'm able to get more of that. I tagged all of my products here. So these are all the ones I've made like this week, and they all have little tags now. I fixed the faces on Maurice, so now I like this nose better. And I just took them off of these ones, and I think they're so cute. I think it's cuter. I think it's just cuter the way it is. And then I've got painting happening. So I'm in the middle of painting some stuff. So I made this, the stingray challenge. That's it. The stingray I think took me about 10 minutes, but it was my first time reading the pattern, so I need to add the belly and the eyes, but maybe I'll make a ton more of those. I totally need seafood related stuff. All I made was like half of 1 manatee yesterday. I really need to finish that 1 pattern test for Primrose. For some reason I'm really unmotivated to finish it, but I'll have to finish that today. I have to finish it today. Okay, so I brought my loops and threads in the color steel gray. So this is the darker gray because I want to redeem myself on this manatee. So I spent the 30 minutes of my lunch building him up. So this is how far we are. I'm missing like I'd say 8 rounds of the body and the muzzle, and we'll be good to go. This is Fat Tail. He's cute. This is Bob the Manatee by Meg Makes Creations, I believe. It was a $5 paid pattern. Totally worth it so far. Manatees are a thing here, and people like manatees in this area. So it's a couple of the school mascots too. So that's where we're at. I'm this far. He's cute. I have to go back to work. I really have to do better at checking in with you guys. This week I've been the most inconsistent because I feel like I've been so busy mentally, but I'm still here. I'm fine. I have not responded to many comments. I normally try to be better at that, but it's been really difficult for me. I feel like really busy and tired all the time. But if you're still here, thank you. And if you're part of the 4,000 subscribers on this channel, thank you so much. It really means so much. I woke up this morning to that notification, and I can't even believe that's how far we are right now. We're almost at 5,000 here on YouTube, and growing on Instagram. I know we're getting there, and eventually I'll be pointing out my own patterns eventually, but for now, thank you so much for supporting me and this journey. I love having you guys here. Hi, I'm on lunch, and I just wanted to share with you guys something I think is kind of funny because I didn't realize until like right now. I'm making the Meg Makes Crochet Manatee pattern, and it's so cute, and I love his, like, you can flip him and you can flip his little flippers. I think he's really cute. But maybe I didn't read the pattern like completely, so maybe it's just because I missed this, but I was making him, you make him this way. It's like you crochet up like this, and this is like this part. So I got to here and I was counting the rows, and it says to put the eyes, like, I thought the eyes were supposed to go like right here, which is true, they go right here. And I was like, why would the eyes go under the fins? Like, that's weird. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna alter it and put the eyes up here. And then I was putting the eyes up here, and then I was like, well, his head's really tiny. Like, it doesn't look cute that way. I was like, what's going on? Like, what am I doing? Also, what I was doing wrong is I got these safety eyes. They're on Amazon. I mean, everyone has these, the black safety eyes. I don't know if these are 16 millimeter. Probably. I think these are 16 mil. And I was trying to put them on, and the backers wouldn't slide on. And it's because these are the same size eyes, but the back's different. So these are two different brands. This one has like a needle nose, and this one has like a stud, fatter stud. So there's two different kinds of backings, and I literally just mixed together these two bags, and they're like different. And I didn't realize that because one of them's pretty old and this one's like newer. So check the backers, make sure you got whatever. After I was trying to figure out the eyeball situation, I was like, let me look at her other, like, what did her testers do? Like, let me go stalk some people and go see what other people did, because her pattern photos don't look very close up with the eyes. So, like, I couldn't really tell. I was like, well, what's going on here? I checked her Instagram and I realized the eye was totally doing it upside down. So you don't put the eyes on this side. You put the eyes like this. The hole is the butt, or the bottom. The hole is the belly. This is the top of the stuffy. This is how it's supposed to be. And the muzzle will go right here, and then he'll look right. Right now he looks kind of funny. And look at his big flipper. I love it. And I'm gonna do a Michaels pickup for the silver yarn so that I can finish the other one that I have like partly done. And yesterday I finished Primrose, so I get to show you her all put together. I put her together and I took photos, but the photos aren't that good because the lighting wasn't that good. Speaking of Primrose, it's a whole conversation. I guess I'll talk to you when I get home. So when I was making Primrose, she's a pixie, so she's got pretty wings. It's a pretty plain pattern. It's by Crochet, I think it's Crochet by or Crochet with Kelsey. I'll put her tag right here. It's a really cute pattern that I'm a part of testing, and it's so universal. Like, you can make it anything. You can make her ocean themed, you can make her grass themed, you can make her pixie pink and strawberry, you can make her anything. You can make this, turn this pattern into anything you want. It's really cool. And she kind of tells you, like, do your own theme, like theme it your own way, obviously follow the pattern. I mean, that's to be expected, but she lets you play with the themes. Obviously, it's a pretty plain pixie that you can totally customize any which way. So if you have like a nursery that's going to be a certain theme, or if you have like a Renaissance fair, you can totally do a bunch of them, like different, like, you know. And I was going to do strawberry, like pinks and creams, and then I was in the test and there's people that already did that. So, you know, I didn't want to be too repetitive, so I needed to now find something else to do. So I made her like Dobby from Harry Potter. I made her like that plain Dobby color, which is actually Mushroom by Premier Basics Chenille. It's like really plain cream color, not warm. It's pretty cold toned. And I knew I could dress that up anyway. I knew I could figure out what color I wanted to use like after the fact, because I had to brainstorm, and I did it. And I wanted to use some of that fluffy yarn that I showed you guys at the beginning of the video. I think this is still the same video. I think this is just one really long video. So I showed you guys that fluffy yarn, and I wanted to use that fluffy yarn, so I used the pink fluffy yarn. I used the pink safety eyes. They're humongous. It took a lot of strength to put on 35 millimeter safety eyes, by the way. So 35 millimeter is not for the weak. It is for the strong. You have to literally stand on them to get them to pop on. They are never coming off that plushie ever. So, fun fact, if you didn't know, 35 millimeter, I'm sure even 30, I do 30s, but 30s go on easier. 35 was so tough. It was very tough. That was like a workout. I was literally sweating after I did that. Like, wow, don't need to work out when you're doing markets and popping in safety eyes, because that's like a whole workout. I brought this up because I used the fluffy yarn and I made a moon shape. I followed a tutorial by someone on YouTube. I can put her like tutorial link down in the description box below, because it was really helpful. It was like actually a bookmark. You can make it into a bookmark, but it was a moon and star tutorial. So I followed her moon tutorial, and now I know how to make a moon, which is cool. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, I probably should have thought of it, but it's simpler when someone else already has it, you know, already planned out for you. And I followed her tutorial, and I made the moon out of the fluffy yarn, and I sewed it to her forehead. And I was thinking, like, I think it was from Sailor Moon, her cat has that like moon, and I thought that's what I was thinking. And I wasn't trying to like do that specifically, but I thought that was a cute placement. So I put the moon here, and then I wanted to have some beads dangling, but I didn't have any beads in my room, and I really didn't want to like
go upstairs and go get the beads. So I just did yarn loop. So it's like she's got these pretty earring chains. I thought that was really cool. And I made her horns. I gave her little horns. So she's like a little horned pink moon pixie is kind of what I ended up doing. So I still used the pink because I told Kelsey that I was going to be using pink. So I wanted to like stay true to what I said I would do, because when I said I wanted to test, I said I would use pink. So I'd still use pink. I give her big pink eyeballs, and I'm going to take some better photos tonight. So I'm really excited to take those photos and post them tomorrow. Yeah, that's the manatee. That's all I did. And this, it needs stuffing. My seafood festival's Saturday. I'm kind of stressed out about it because I've been taking some time off. Like, I get home and I'm so tired. I've been overwhelmed, and it's not like the business stuff. I've just been really overwhelmed with like everything. And I've been I feel guilty for taking some time off and not just crocheting my heart out. You can take time off and like don't feel bad about it. Sorry, you're vibrating. Don't feel guilty for taking some time for yourself. Self-care. You guys are being so supportive in the comment section, so thank you so much. If you're in my comment section, you're spreading love, because thank you. And I want to give that right back to you guys. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself time off. Give yourself the break that you need. I really needed a break, and I've been working really hard at my regular job, and I've been working really hard. I applied for a lot of tests, so it's kind of on me. It's my fault. But that's what keeps us going. And the reason I applied to these tests is because I wanted to challenge myself, and I wanted to make things that I really wanted to make. And these things are just so cute. All these tests that I've been a part of have been really special, unique, connecting with the community. And I've just been a little bit overwhelmed with everything in my life, that I stopped really nailing out my market prep. I should have way more stuff. If you see comfort loops, my friend Victoria, she's literally crushed it this week, and I'm so happy for her, because I wish that was me. I wish I could do that. She's really taken a lot of time on her business this week and stayed up real late to do it. So if you're watching this, which you probably are, good job. I'm proud of you, and also jealous at the same time, because I aspire to be that way and to grind, and I normally do, but this week has just been a little harder for me to do that, because I'm testing, but minus the tests, I'm just tired. And my full-time job is taking a lot of energy, mental energy, and that like eats calories, you know? If you know what I mean. You place an order with me for your eyeballs. I promise they will be painted on Sunday. I've been painting a lot on Sundays. It's kind of been my paint day. So I'll paint on Sunday, and I will try to get your order out as soon as I can. It depends on the dry time, how many eyes, and all that stuff. So they are made to order. I don't really mass produce them beforehand. I only really make if you order them, because I know how to make them. So I don't know how many people at a given time are going to want eyeballs, and what size and what color. And I have so many colors that I'm offering that I'm really just doing them as you order them. So I am sorry about the waits. I'm trying to do them as soon as possible and get them out to you, because I really want you guys to have these to put in your plushies. And I got a review. I got one of the reviews from Jonathan. If you're watching this, hi Jonathan. And your review was really sweet, and it really made my day to see that, when you said that you were holding off on your whips to put the eyeballs in there, because that was just like, that meant a lot, and I think that's really cool, and thank you. I feel like telling you this. I got off from work. I picked up my Michael's order, so I have that. I'm in my car. I need to just vent and let something out really quick. I love what I've been making. I love what I've been doing, but I really have an itch to make like a whimsical creature, a big dragon. I know I made the pixie, so that'll be coming, but I really feel like making an anime character or a big dragon, and I know that's not practical for what I'm doing. So I'm sure one of you guys is going to relate to this, because you're going to love making big plushies, you're going to love making weird things, and yeah, they might not sell, but do what you love. I came on here to just say do what you love, because I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about like all the stuff I have to make. I need to finish the manatee. I just bought the gray yarn to make the other manatee. Ideally, I want to make a bunch of little ones tonight, and any little sea creatures I can make. I want to make a couple more of Victoria's puffers. I want to make them with variegated yarn, the one that I showed you earlier. And I've just kind of had this internal battle of like, I should be making sea creatures, and they're really cute, but it's like not my jam. I know I've told you this before. I know I told you this. Not that I don't like sea creatures, but my passion of crocheting, my passion comes from things that I love, and I really love anime, and I really love like weird things, and like the big dragons and the bigger projects that aren't really as rewarding because they take longer. And I have a big whip in my closet right now of Charizard, and I just need to finish it. But I keep telling myself, like, it's not worth me doing that because I have all this other stuff I have to do. And it keeps, like, tugging at my heart, like, do what you love. Don't have this battle. Don't do what I'm doing. Just do what you love to do and keep your passion, because I still have passion. And I don't want to say I'm burnt out, because I know it's not burnout. I don't feel like I haven't done anything. But I have a passion, and I need to follow my drive and not follow the drive of money, because the money drive is never going to get you the satisfaction that you actually need. The satisfaction that you need comes from doing what you love. Same thing with like work. So I'm just doing this to be motivational because I needed to like motivate myself, and I think by speaking it out loud also is telling myself, embodying that as well. And I know in the last video I posted, at this point it's been over a week, so when you see this it'll be even longer, but I know I seemed a little down and disappointed, and I was disappointed definitely with myself and with what happened at my last event, thinking that it was going to be this great thing, and you can't have expectations, so obviously I let myself disappoint myself. But I am not discouraged on going to markets. I'm still very excited, and I feel like I'm gonna crush it at whatever I do in the winter. And I have an exciting thing to share with you. I haven't told you yet, but I got accepted to a convention. So in a couple of months, I'm going to be at a convention here. I got accepted to, and it's a couple days long, and it's a couple months away, so I can prep, which is really exciting because I'm basically telling you that I'm going to be able to crochet all the anime stuff that I've really been wanting to. So I will be getting there, and I'll be able to be in that chapter very soon. But I have the seafood festival that I really should focus on sea creatures, and especially small ones. Obviously, people would rather pay for this affordable creatures. Just talking, I just chit chat with you all day, all the time. Really what was sparking this conversation is I was just looking at my little soot sprite, and I was like, man, I want to make a ton of you, and I will, and I'll get there, but today's not the day. Today's the day for sea creatures. I keep saying seafood. Someone commented that it kills them when I say seafood because like they're not food yet, they're still animals. And I didn't realize that that's how I was wording it, that I just call them seafood, but they're like sea creatures and sea critters. Sorry about that. Oh, also, when I went into Michael's, I told the guy my last name, and he had to open up the cupboard to get my things. It's like a big bag. And I think I hit a new level at Michael's with my pickups because he didn't even want to check my scanner thing. He just knew who I was. He just knew what I was getting. I said my last name. He grabbed it, didn't question me. He knew. He knows I get yarn here. This one employee always, every single time I'm here, he's working. And it's almost like annoying to him probably that I just do this, but it's a cheaper way to get yarn when you buy it online. Tomorrow is my seafood festival. It is an evening show. Sorry, I'm all spotty. It's in the evening time, so it doesn't really matter what time I go to bed tonight because I can sleep in. So let me just share with you guys. I made so much stuff today. I've kind of taken a couple days off from making anything. Let me just share with you guys what I made today. Let's run through the projects. So number one, this is Meg Makes. I ran out of yarn chicken, that's why. So I ran out of yarn chicken. He's got a big head, I don't know. He's very round. Manatees are not this round. I guess I didn't realize how round the pattern was. Super cute, super cute. And some people, this is like their taste. I would want it to be like a little longer. So after I made these two manatees, which are cute, I didn't make any more. I just did the two. And then I made a bunch of little manatees. This is a free pattern on Instagram by a Parlin Crochet, I believe it is. She's got this free manatee pattern. I did modify the tail, so I did like sew it differently, and I did the half double crochets a little bit differently than she did, but a cute manatee, totally. I did 4. I did 2 dark, and then I did 2 light ones. I made this today. This is the little squid from the C pack from DOUX Cotton. I feel like, well, I guess I only made this. Oh, I made this from them. I made this anglerfish because it sold really quickly at my last event. I'm gonna hopefully make another one in another color, but I just made this one. I made this pattern by them. The only problem I have with this specific one is I feel like the head is too wide. I wouldn't want to decrease it a little bit more before getting it to that point, but I think if I decrease the head, I really love the fins. They're super easy. They're just 2 rows of, you know, to make the little crescent. I love this. I think this is so cute. 6 of their, I'll show you this way. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the stingrays. This is a free Instagram pattern. My shrimp, free manatee, and then this is the pattern pack. So angler, squid, sea turtle, And then another free pattern. Look at these free patterns just given. You know, if you're any of these pattern creators, I mean, I don't know if you're watching, you're probably not watching, but thank you so much for putting out these free patterns. It helps all of us, and they're really cute and tiny and perfect for, like, I'm trying to make tiny things. So this one, I've talked about this. I feel like every single video I talk about this axolotl pattern. I love this little axolotl pattern. It is free by Loops and Knots Crochet. Is Victoria's puffer. Don't even get me started on the eyeballs, okay? I love me some safety eyes. I was thinking about putting the colorful ones in here, but because I already did the other two puffers with, let me find them, with this eyes. Sorry I look like this, I'm filming, you guys, I'm sorry. I already did them with the safety eyes, so I was like, well, I need a baby safe option. And I keep seeing Kyoko makes, she keeps doing these eyeballs, and she keeps using like pastels and like light colors. So she used gray, and she uses like the light. I love it. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I tried doing it, and obviously the way that I did like the coloring is really chaotic, and then the gray just like gets lost, but I'm not undoing it. It's done. It's done. I'm not undoing it. I don't even know if I showed you her. I think I did, but she's done. Primrose, my big, beautiful pixie. Look at her eyes. That is Ixtal, which is the pink. I gave her the fluffy yarn here, horns. I probably showed her too, because I feel like I told you this already. The moon, the wings. I wanted to decorate her back a little bit more, but I ran out of time, and I think she's really cute the way she is. She's pretty big. She's a big girl. She's a really pretty pixie. I like this pattern. It's a nice neutral pattern, and it does create big pixies. This is with Bernat, so if you made her with a smaller yarn, she'd come out smaller, by the way. Good news is, out of the stuff that I made, so these don't get tagged. These are just the Sea Life. These ones get tagged. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only need price tags for 6 of them, which makes me optimistic. My price tags are easy. They're just like this. Oh, and I'm going to price tag this one too, because he's bigger. All of the mini doe cotton patterns I'm making $15. They do take a little bit more effort. And then all the ones that are like this are like my capybara. These are like $10 size. And then the ones that are super quick, like super quick, are these ones. Super quick. I know people did the challenge, and I'm about to embarrass myself. Maybe I'm just a super slow crocheter. I don't know. I didn't think I was that slow, but it takes me like 10 minutes. And that was, I feel like, with me rushing. And is it because I'm using Sweet Snuggles Light? I don't know. I love Sweet Snuggles Light. But these take me 10 minutes. Start to finish with the eyeballs. I know people do. I heard, Melly, you do it in 7. You are a beast. You're a fat. Maybe you're fast. Maybe I'm slow. Definitely would fail that challenge. I'm going to share with you my little pile. So this is a curated pile. I've been making the axolotls out of the pinks. And now I'm going to be moving on to making a sea turtle with the rainbow and the purple. And then I'm going to move on and make a sea turtle with the brown and the brown. And then I'm going to move on and make a sea turtle with the green and the green. And then I'm going to move on and make maybe some crabs with the red. That's my game plan for now. I took the day off from work. I don't know if you guys listen to country music, but I wanted to go to the Morgan Wallen concert. And we ended up not buying the tickets because they were so expensive. And he canceled and it got rescheduled. So now it's rescheduled for my birthday. And they're sold out again, but we'll see. I don't know if you guys like country music or listen to that, but Morgan Wallen, such good music. Hey, it is 12 o'clock. It's the day of the market. I have paint all over, covered in paint. And I finished a couple of these, the free turtle pattern by Ko-Fire and LMS Art. So I did 5 of those little turtles right here. And I don't think I made anything else this morning. I was just tagging a couple of the other items. I'm gonna bag them up in here. And then I was painting. I was watching Friends. They're now dry, but these 3D printed little frogs. These are my favorite things in the whole wide world. And then little mushies. I didn't end up crocheting any whale sharks, so it happens. Everything is in square. I think I have everything. I'm gonna go load up my car and put makeup on, and I'm not gonna forget my inventory this time. Every single market, I basically like reprint these sheets, but this time I reprinted them on white paper, and I did adjust a couple prices, so I lowered a couple of the 3D printed items to make them a little more affordable because they don't need to be they don't need to be whatever. So I just made them a little bit cheaper by a couple dollars, and I made Mabel the chicken a little bit cheaper. I made the claw machines. I lowered the price back down to $5 and $8. Wish me good luck, you guys. I feel like my brain is just mush. So I need to pack up that inventory, and I need to grab this bin and the claw machines and my whole car full of stuff. I'm nervous. It's 4 to 9 p.m. so it is 5 hours, and my goal is to get there by 2, so I have to leave in like 30 minutes, and I feel a little bit shaky. I feel this way before every event. It doesn't even matter how small it is. I can't even make this up, you guys. Look at what Dominic looks pretty good, but it's like literally lightning storm right now. Oh god, our neighbor's tent just blew down. Hold on. It literally, I can't even show you guys how terrible. Lightning, thunder. My neighbor's tent, this is my tent. My neighbor's tent, it's literally crumpled up on the floor right now. Literally, his tent collapsed and the metal broke. At least my tent is withstanding holy moly guacamole. We're not even set up. We literally threw everything on the floor, and we were about to, like, you know, I just took a bath from Mother Nature, and my phone keeps running out of storage, and I need to, like, we just got here. It's 3:35, and we have to be set up by 4. We were on track. We were gonna be fine, but now we're not fine. I'm so stressed out right now. Okay, so we weathered the storm. This is wet. Everything is pretty much wet. My inventory is, we'll see. I haven't looked at that yet. My stuffing is wet. My brother is soaking wet. He did amazing. He helped me hold the tent down. We have all the walls up, and I learned something. If you are in rainy weather, put your walls up and leave your back high and make your front low so that your tent is slanted, so that the rain will slant off of it, by the way. Just a fun fact if you didn't know how to survive rain. And we're about to set everything up. Oh my gosh. Music just started. We got the tablecloths out. Yes, that one's super wrinkly, but that's okay. My brother's gonna set up my sister's things, and then we got this sign. This is the first time I'm bringing this banner, and I'm also using bungees. I never use bungees, I always use Velcro. But the new chair, director's chair, and the skeleton. So we're about to set up. Beautiful, lovely people. It has been an hour at this point, and I have some stuff to go over with you, what happened at this event. I wrote it all down. I have the numbers. I'm sorry in advance to anyone who had as high expectations as I did, because your girl lost money for the first time. For the first time at an event. Normally I break even the past couple events. Not normally, not that this should be a regular thing, but as an artist, selling your artwork and paying these heavy fees to be there, paying the gas to be there,
buying food to be there. It gets pretty expensive. So this is just realistically what's going on with my small business this summer. This summer's been really difficult. It has been hot, it has been rainy, it has been windy, it has been testing, it has been tiring. I've been exhausted. I feel like mentally exhausted, and today is just another day of going through it. Or, well, not today, but what you watched. Going through the motions, carrying on, choosing the small business, choosing my business and continuing to really try to make this work. I do have a game plan at the end of the video, so as soon as I'm done going over the numbers here, I'm going to go over my plan and what I take away from all my events that I've done this entire year so far. This was yesterday. It was a seafood and rum festival, and it was in a pretty big part of a downtown area, so should have been pretty well attended. When I checked Facebook, I wanted to give you guys this information because it might be helpful to you. The attending, it said that there were a couple hundred people going, and then it said there were 4,000 people interested, which is a Facebook number for events that you normally want to look for, is a high 1,000 for interested, because that means people are getting notified about the event happening. Now, I've been to events where that number is way lower and people go, but at this event it said 4,000 people interested, and Mother Nature called and her rain rained and it happened. And guys, I showed you the clip of what I looked like yesterday. That was for real. Before I get into the numbers, I guess, let me just tell you, I rolled up with my brother. We were going to be perfectly on time for our setup time. They give you a couple hour time frame, and we know it takes an hour and a half to set up for us. So we show up, we throw everything on the ground. I'm the only crocheter, and you kind of scope it out. I'm the only crocheter, so great. There's a couple wine, there's a beer person, there's fried Oreos and funnel cakes, and there's not necessarily kid events in this area. There's a band playing, I see families, so that kind of vibe. There was a $20 entry fee to get in there, and to my understanding, that wasn't even for seafood tickets or discounts. That's just to get into the event. So people already had spent $20 just to be in this area. The band was great. We put our stuff outside. We literally chuck everything on the floor. As soon as we're done putting everything on the floor, I saw a couple droplets on the ground, and I was like, we have to get this tent up. And my brother was like, we were frantically pulling the tent open and trying to pop it up as quickly as possible. And sure enough, and we dragged everything into the tent, and it was just, I couldn't even film it because it was chaotic. I felt like I had no time now because we're being dumped on. I can't move. My car is here. My trunk is open. And I'm standing there with my brother. We put the weights on, and the water was this high. Our feet were covered in water. Luckily, we're both wearing Crocs. We're Floridian. And I wear Crocs to every event. And I'm so glad I did, because people were wearing pretty sandals and other vendors were wearing sneakers, which I've worn sneakers before, but their shoes were underwater. Completely underwater, soaking wet. And obviously that meant that the weights were floating away. So our tent is and it's windy, so the tent is blowing. We're holding down the sides of the tent. If I could just if I could have filmed all of this, if my eyes could have had cameras on them, you guys would be busting up. Laughing at this point, thinking about it, it's hilarious, but being in that situation was very stressful. And I had the weights. They were floating away, and my tent stand, it stood tried and true, and it was pretty dry under there. There are a couple droplets that come through, and I don't know if that's just how tents normally are, but there are a couple droplets that do come through anyway. Maybe it's because the metal gets wet, so we're standing there holding the tent down. The weights are floating away. I rush back to the car. I have my little brother Dominic standing. He's 10 years old. He's a little dude, holding the tent. And I checked my phone in the car because luckily I left the electronics in the car. I had not unpacked those yet. And had I have unpacked the bag with my notebook, my iPad, my phone, or even my yarn, I left my yarn bag in the car in hallelujah, because that would have gotten soaking wet. And then I don't even know what I would have done. I know it dries out because the plushies got wet. There are some that I literally stood there and I was squeezing their heads, and water was just... I have never had that happen before. And fun fact, my eyeballs, they're fine, by the way. All the eyeballs are fine. They can be washed. They're fine. I have not tumble dried them, which I don't advise anyway because they get scratched, but they're fine. So I checked the weather report and it says it's going to be moderately raining. This is not moderate. Okay, this is like severe, and there's lightning. I know you heard it in the clip because I replayed the clip and there's totally lightning in there. Oh my goodness. So we just had an event. It was basically an hour of us just standing in the rain, getting rained on, holding the tent down. If I would have known, because we checked the weather. I checked the weather and it did not say it was going to be raining. Okay, I check it. It didn't say it was going to be raining. And it totally rained. I don't know who is navigating or checking the weather. I don't know who's doing it with the weather app on the iPhone. It said Quinn's house was going to be 120 something like a week ago, and it didn't say it was going to rain today. Precipitation was not in that area, 0, and it precipitated heavily. Okay, minus the rain. The rain went away. The floating like layer on the bottom of all of us went away, and we were able to set up. So setup happened. So the event was supposed to be 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. and we were actually able to set up like literally by 6 was when we had everything up. So it didn't take us the full even hour. We were rushing to get everything out there. So I'd say it was raining until like 5:20. It was raining pretty heavily until 5:20. So we were finally able to set up around 6 p.m. So I had now 3 hours to sell stuff. And the booth fee for this event was so heavy. It was like high, and I was okay paying it because it looked so well. It looked good last year. It looks like it should be well attended this year, and then unfortunately it just dumped rain. And the day before it didn't dump rain, so had the event have been last night, it probably would have been as expected. But because of the weather, you can't determine Florida weather. It's absolutely insane. And that's a part of the points I'm going to be making at the end of the video. But we'll get there when we get there. Right now, let's go over the sales. So I had a total of 11 sales, and I'm going to be popping up pictures and how much I charge for them over here. If you're curious on any of the patterns that you saw at my table or that I'm going to be showing here that I sold, I have a link down below with a huge Google file, but they're pretty like easily named, so hopefully you can find what you're looking for. Or you could just send me a comment and I'll send you the link to the pattern. They're really simple. A lot of my stuff is I feel like a lot of my big stuff is paid patterns, but a lot of my tiny stuff is free patterns. So I even said a lot during my prep this week that this is a free pattern, this is a free pattern, this is a free pattern, and then quite a bit of the free patterns sold. So I'm excited to go over that with you. Number 1 that sold was Haku, which is actually Diddy Dex. It's the cute little dragon, and he is such a cute little dragon. I charged $25 for Haku, or I keep saying because I colored him that way. I colored him like the Ghibli Studios Haku. It's a paid pattern on Etsy, and I charged $25. It's with all of my like snuggler creatures, and he sold. I actually didn't even post him on Instagram yet, so no one even knows he exists but you guys if you watched that one vlog where I talked about him. Next thing I sold was a mama frog. It's one of my 3D printed frogs. I also 3D print, well, as you saw, I 3D print things and hand paint them. And I 3D printed this big mama frog, and she sold for $10. I sold a blue squid. That's a free pattern on Instagram. And it reminds me a lot of the Plushie Co. squids, which are paid patterns. So it's kind of like a little paid pattern dupe. I charged $18 for the squids, and the other vendor who bought the squid from me gave me a $20 and told me to keep it. So he gave me $2 extra, and I was really trying to give it back to him or offer him something else. Like I was like, take a 3D printed item even though they're more expensive, and he was like, no. So that was nice. And then I sold 2 yellow whales. This is the free All From Jade pattern. Everyone knows about these whales, but they're really simple and cute, and people like them. So they're not overdone yet. The free axolotl pattern by Loops and Knots Crochet. Those are really cute tiny axolotls, and I was worried that I only made 2 of them and that wasn't going to be enough, but I only ended up selling this one, so I sold 1 out of the 2. And then I had a 3D printed axolotl on a keychain, and that was $7. Someone bought that. Then I sold another whale for $5. Then I sold the sea turtle that I had prepped, which is from the pattern pack on Etsy by, I really like that little sea turtle pattern. Oh, it's by DOUX Cotton. I keep trying to say it, and I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. They've got cute little sea life patterns, so I did get their pattern pack, and that was one of them in there, and I charged $15 for those. It was the tan coloring, so she really liked the natural tan sea turtle. Then I sold a small strawberry, so I forgot to tell you, my claw machines got totally soaking wet, and the insides of them got wet, and the batteries got wet, and they were unusable because I took them out of the car and they got wet. So I could not use the claw machines I had made stuff for, and the strawberry was one of those items, but it was just in a little bucket, and I said $5 on the bucket, and there were like little octos and strawberries and, you know, little things in there. A small strawberry for the claw machine ended up selling for $5. And then I sold another little whale from All From Jade for $5. At the very, very end, when we were packing up, I sold 2 more items. I sold the Finley the Shark, which is a paid pattern. I charged $15 for Finley. I think it was Pearl the Octopus, which is crochet by a Shroot, and that is also a paid pattern. But there are free little octo patterns, I'm sure, that have the bobble stitches, but it was just a little bobble stitch octo, and it was super cute, and that was $5. So those last 2 literally sold when I was packing all my stuff up, and these people, like, they were employees of the event, and they bought those from me, and that was really sweet. So all together, adding up everything, I sold $132 worth of items. That was my sales. 60 was cash and 72 was card, so like pretty close on the split there. But because I've been selling so little, it's like, why am I bringing so much cash to these events? Like the first couple events that I did in the year, I didn't have enough cash, so then I increased what I bring cash wise, and it's like I bring too much now. So you never know what you're going to use, though. It's difficult to gauge each event, you know, unless you've done the event last year, and even then it might be different. On my booth fee, this kind of hurts a little bit because it's a little expensive, but it was $135 for just the one 5-hour event. I made $132, so I lost a couple dollars technically, and that also means that gas and whatever food, I'm just gonna really pretend like food doesn't exist because I don't want to be sad about it. I'm just gonna be like, oh, I just had the gas and I spent the day with my brother and we had a good time. We got rained on. We showed my products to people. I did get a custom order from the squid purchase. Other vendor, very sweet. He wants me to custom make a dolphin for his daughter, I believe. So a custom order came out of it, but this was really it's always a difficult experience when I feel like, especially because of the price of the event, I had like an expectation, like really hoping this was it. Like, this is the event. I had that feeling last time too. I was like, this is the event. I spent all this money. I spent all this time. It'll be worth it. And then for it to fail feels like I failed. And I did not fail. I brought what I could. I had everything. I have lots of inventory, and I still have lots of inventory. And I was really polite to everyone, and I really tried giving back. Like the guy whose tent broke down, I helped him try and put his tent back together for like 20 minutes. We were sitting there trying to duct tape it together, and he's the one who ended up buying the squid, so it comes back in full because he did end up purchasing and placing an order with me, which he didn't have to do that. And I passed my card out to people, so I'm just gonna really try and keep high spirits here with this one. So technically I made zero, if not minus $40 for like the trip, the gas. It was 85 miles away. That's pretty far. I wanted to talk about a couple of points about this event. Number one was I wanted to talk about the rain, which I feel like I already spoke with you about. We don't need to talk about it again. It was rainy, and it was really hard to deal with the rain, but I know I showed you the clip for the tip. So in the future, if you ever get rained on, put your walls up if you have walls, and lean your back of your tent, like keep your back of your tent posted all the way up, and keep the front posted down to like the first layer before you pop everything open, so that your tent leans like this, and then the water will drip down and off, and then the back of the tent will keep you shielded like an umbrella. Basically, you're umbrellaing yourself. And when I was first standing there with my legs all the way up, we were getting rain, like sideways rain inside the tent. Even in the front, when I had all 3 walls up, we were still getting rain in there. And I was like, you know, and I looked around at other vendors, and another vendor also, if you don't have side walls, these people didn't have side walls, they just kept it down on the bottom 4 pegs. which makes it like really short. Like it's only maybe 3 or 4 feet high, so you have to kind of bend over. But if you don't have sidewalls and you keep it at that lower length, less water comes in and onto your stuff. Or if you have the walls, to keep it leaned so that you like umbrella yourself. So that's just a tip in the future. If you didn't know, I had no idea how to deal with it. And the last time I got rained on, we just suffered and the legs were all the way up and I had sidewalls, but it was not working. So now I know in the future, that's what I'm for sure doing. And it was really helpful to figure that out. And maybe one of you guys will be saved from some wetness a little bit. And the 2 hours, basically we lost 2 hours to just the rain and the weather. So we were only able to really sell for 3 hours. So I'd say to make $135, or I only made $132 in 3 hours was decent. I mean, it wasn't the best, but this is real. I'm being real with you. I'd say it's not as bad as it could have been. I could have made less money, I guess, right? I could be really negative right now, but I'm only like a little bit in the hole because of the money for the gas that it took us to be there. And I wanted to also say that just because there weren't other crocheters there doesn't mean it was still the right environment. So I was the only crocheter, which is really cool. It's also cool to meet other crocheters, though. I do like being in events where there is another crocheter because I like to talk to you guys, like not you guys, but I like to talk to us, you know, our people. It's really fun to see like what you like making, what you love doing, all that kind of stuff. And normally there's other hobbies attached to us. I wanted to say just because there weren't other crocheters there doesn't mean there weren't. It has to be the right environment. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It was technically a rum festival, and this is not the first time that I had bad luck at somewhere with alcohol. I'm not blaming it on the alcohol. It was obviously rainy and just like a hard event in general. I think maybe if it was free admission, people coming from the mall area totally would have been over there, but because you had to pay to be in the area, that totally deters people from going in there. I didn't realize there was a purchase fee, like a fee for customers, but there was. So like less people that way, less money for those people. The time frame, very short time frame, a lot of stuff happened, and a lot of learning happens. I am learning, so I just wanted to give you one more little tidbit. I'm sorry if I'm boring you to death, straight up, I am sorry, but if you're here, you might be interested in what I have to say. Definitely going to be withholding my efforts in the future years for business with summer events in Florida, because I even talked to the guy next to me and he was talking about how Florida is really unpredictable with the weather, and especially in the summer because like hurricanes and the rain and the heat. If it's not raining, it's so hot people don't want to be outside. It's literally like you're in a sauna, and people don't like feeling that way. Even if you have a fan, even if you do everything to make it comfortable, even if you offer everyone free water, it's actually getting those people to the event and making them want to be outside their house, which is nice and AC, right? So I'm definitely in future years not going to be selling in Florida in the summer. I'm going to be making sure next year I'm crocheting all summer, or whatever ends up happening next year. But I hope it's crochet. And I'm just going to be prepping for the winter months, winter markets, colder season, because our cold season isn't really that cold and it's very dry. It's not even just because people shop for Christmas. It's literally because the weather is better and people are more comfortable going outside. So that goes to rolling into my next subject is I am going to be going to another event in 1 month from now, so I have a month off. If you continue to follow my content, it's going to just be what I crochet in the week, or do a couple of different kinds of videos for you guys, maybe just patterns that I love, but it's definitely not going to be market content. It'll be prepping for my next event, but it's not for a month. So if you followed along this long, thank you so much. You're a true homie. There's no better way to support me than to watch the whole video. And if you liked it, put a thumbs up down there and watch my next video if you haven't already. It's really helpful and kind when you guys do that. And then if you place a safety eye order with me, I wish I could just hug all of you, because that's really, I know it's money and you guys work hard for your money too, and it means a lot that you're willing to purchase and put them on your babies, because those are special too. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you. Bye.